modern coronary bypass surgery, which is just one of the reasons Cleveland Clinic has been ranked the nation's #1 heart care for 24 years. But it doesn't stop there. New cardiovascular innovations are always being developed and tested at Cleveland Clinic. If you have questions, need a second opinion, or just want to see some of the ways we've been keeping hearts beating, visit clevelandclinic.org/heartcare.
Jonathan Vegas, 664, the leader by 2, opening round of the Honda Classic. This coming week on Golf Inside the PGA Tour, we'll profile Arnold Palmer Invitational presented by MasterCard Tournament Ambassador Justin Rose and highlight his intense devotion to helping children in Orlando, where Bay Hill Club and Lodge is located. You can tune in or set your DVR for Inside the PGA Tour. The show airs throughout the day, Tuesday and Wednesday, most weeks on golf. Check your local listings for the full schedule and for more information. Earl Forsey and our PGA Tour radio team. We go out to the 9th. Lead play-by-play announcer for the Horizon League in the Midwest, Will Haskett.
22 feet away, Billy Horschel, first of 3 birdie putts at the par 4 9th. Downhill putt, gathering speed, working back from left to right, cutting to the cup and down. He victory walked it with 3 feet to go. A lot of really nice strokes on the front 9 for Billy Horschel, even with the bogey on the card. Turns in 2 under with a birdie here at 9.
Yeah, 8 and 9. Once you get through that tough stretch, 5, 6, and 7, they have been birdie opportunities to there, and a gator chop with birdies at 8 and 9 for Horschel to go -2 at the turn, Dennis.
German chop looking for here with Martin Keimer Earl playing away from 211 right in the middle of the fairway. Hole location back center. Martin started that ball out to the right, landed the front third of the green, but is chasing towards that back hole location. Finishes on the putting surface. That's going to be about 30 feet, but that's all you really ask for here at number 10. This is one of the longer par 4s on the property today, playing 508 yards, and Sergio's quick to be ready to play here up the right-hand side of the fairway. He's been consistently 10 to 15 yards longer than Martin and Webb, and he's actually played some pretty good golf to this point. Just can't really get anything going. Sergio walks in here. 193 yards, as I mentioned. Ball slightly above his feet. This is a tough fairway to hit. Fairway kind of cambers from the left-hand side of the fairway to the right-hand side, and that's the way it doglegs. So it's really tough to hold this fairway if you don't shape it from left to right. Sergio starts that out on a pretty good line, needs to get up a little bit. That ball lands just short of hole high and then releases to hole high. Kicked a little right off the little ridge. It's a good shot. About 15 feet for Sergio, trying to get it to 1 under here at number 10.
Back 1 to the 9th and back again to Will.
11 feet for birdie for Justin Thomas at the par 4 9th. Putt that will be pretty quick from his left to right as the green breaks away on the right-hand side. Down a ridge, working back right to the cup, and that one was walked in with confidence. Look out for the reigning champion. Made the front 9 look easy. 4 under par 31 going out for Justin Thomas.
Well, he finished up the World Golf Championships Mexico Championship last Sunday with a 62 at Club de Golf Chapultepec, and maybe halfway to another one today. That is out in 31 for Justin Thomas on the par 70. Best round of the day in the afternoon so far. Bogey-free, 4 under par at the turn, and now Justin Thomas, defending champion. Great start. The birdie at 9 gets him up into a tie for second with Ernie Els, Zach Johnson, and Ben Silverman at -4. Will Haskett.
10 feet for Ricky Fowler to get healthy here on the front 9. Cutting putt, left to right. Ricky Fowler up the slope. That one is good as well. Tidy little skins game between Ricky Fowler, Billy Horschel, and Justin Thomas. It'll carry over to the 10th after they all birdie the 9th. And even with a triple on the card, Ricky Fowler gets it around the front 9 here at the Champion Course at even par.
Yeah, for Fowler, that big stumble came at the 6th, that triple bogey 7, a tee shot, and then his next shot, a third shot into the water left there. So big trouble for him at a place, one of the many that can come into play the 6th, but he has answered nicely with a birdie at 9, and Fowler back to even par now at the turn, the champion 2 years ago. So a couple of former champs in this group, a feature group in the afternoon, defending champ Justin Thomas, and winner 2 years ago, Ricky Fowler, with Billy Horschel, the former FedEx Cup champ, going back-to-back with birdies at 8 and 9, on a roll as well. Let's go to Doug Bell.
Earl out here at the par 5, third hole, 542 yards. Cameron Smith right down Broadway. I mean, he split the fairway. Leaves him about 257 for his second shot. And that'll be about 220 or so to the front of the green. So he'll have an iron in for his second shot. Again, Cam Smith is 3 under par. Missed makeable birdies at 1 and 2, but playing awfully well. Hoping for maybe even better, maybe an eagle out here at number 3.
Well, Martin Keimer's got a bogey-free round, 2 under, looking for another birdie, and Sergio trying to get his first of the day, coming up at 10 in 60 seconds.
I'm here at the World Golf Hall of Fame, surrounded by icons. Memorabilia from the most historic moments and memories of the game. Players like Fred Couples, Colin Montgomery, and Bernhard Langer. Now, these guys are more than just relics. They're still making legendary moments every week on tour. And let's not forget about the other champions creating legendary moments of their own. Every week on the PGA Tour Champions, where legends play.
Watch the biggest stars in golf with PGA Tour Live. A new feature this season includes speed round recaps for every player in the featured group. If you miss a live round, you can catch up and see every shot from featured players in 10 minutes or less. Because we get that you get it. Now available on NBC Sports Gold and Amazon Prime video channels. Subscribe today at PGAtour.com/live.
Martin Keimer looking for another birdie here at the par 4. 10th hole, 508 yards. This is just a long par 4. Played subtly down breeze. Martin Keimer, 26 feet, 5 inches for his birdie. That was a solid strike out to the right, breaking left. Looks good and just wiggled right at the hole. I didn't see that at all. Neither did Martin, but that only went about 6 inches past. He'll walk up and tap in. Solid par for Martin, as you mentioned, keeping his card clean. 2 birdies, no bogeys. He's headed to the 11th at 2 under.
Yeah, just a very solid day for Martin Keimer. This feature group in the afternoon, Keimer, Webb Simpson, Sergio Garcia. Matchup of 3 former Players Champions. Only a couple of weeks now before the trek over to TPC Sawgrass in Ponte Vedra Beach, Florida for the new spot, which is same as the old spot, the March edition of the Players Championship, coming up in a couple of weeks. Dennis?
Just a little earlier, probably a little moister out there. Sergio getting set for his birdie putt. Just 12 feet 8 inches. This putt's fast and right to left down the hill. Gets it started out there with pace and didn't move. Man, that thing stayed really straight at the hole. That was a really good putt that doesn't go down for Sergio. He continues to par it to death. He is right where he started the day, headed to 11.
Just a bunch of pars for Sergio, and it can get frustrating, but it's a course where pars are pretty good many times. You're avoiding the big mistakes. A lot of bogeys lurk, and doubles and triples can come into play out of nowhere. So even with that even par start, a missed opportunity for him for a birdie early in the round at the par 5 third hole. Even par for Sergio. At some point, you expect maybe you can pick up a birdie or two and salvage this opening round. Still even par. A lot of players a lot higher than that today, John Rollins.
Well, there certainly are, and as you say, even par is not bad around a golf course like this. The challenge becomes not trying to force the issue and not trying to get too aggressive at certain times just to try to make that birdie and get something started. So Sergio just needs to just kind of keep plugging along, as you say, and just take the birdies where they come, and if you can get the red figures, you're going to be in good shape.
Justin Thomas, a lot lower than that. Defending champ, quickly on the move, a bogey-free round going and making the turn, Will Haskett.
Hasn't made bogey yet, as you mentioned, Earl, but that streak may come to an end here at the 10th. Blocked his tee ball at the 508-yard par 4, way down the right-hand side, gathered past the gallery ropes, and is right behind a tree. He's about 3.5 feet behind a tree. If he chooses to take a full shot at it, the follow-through is going to take him right into that tree. So it's sort of a question on a Thursday as to what you want to do in terms of here. He can chip out sideways into the fairway, but if he chooses to go at this one, he may be without the services of that club the rest of the way, depending on what he does. He's surveying it as he just arrived here at his ball at the 10th, and with the green clear up ahead, Billy Horschel plays from the middle of the fairway off of that birdie at the 9th, and this one is tugged way left to a back back left hole location, goes over the top of the greenside bunkers and catapults down by the gallery. That's a big miss from Billy Horschel from the middle of the fairway here at 10.
Yeah, and Horschel gained a little bit of momentum at the turn, and you've got some really tough holes coming up here in the back nine, too. 11, 15, and 17. The bookends on the bear trap, so you have to be careful. And talking about the bear trap, by the way, Lucas Glover just made par at 17, so starting on the back nine today, 3 under heading to the par 5 at 18, and 2 under through the bear trap. That works pretty nicely. Lucas Glover among the better rounds of the day, 3 under.
That will pick up some shots on the field in a hurry. They're going through the bear trap at 2 under par, as you say. I mean, that stretch of holes has been brutal over the years, and even in conditions like this where we really haven't had much wind for the players to contend with, they're still playing very difficult. So 2 under par, that's impressive through the bear trap.
And we go back to Will.
For 185 yards, Ricky Fowler is played away at the par 4 10th. Good shot, middle of the green, just right of the hole. Chases up to hole high right, 25 feet away. Ricky Fowler trying to go back to back, and remarkably could get back under par even with that triple bogey at the 6th.
Well, you just knew that Ricky Fowler, even with the 2 shots in the penalty area, the hazard, when he made triple bogey at 6, he's not going to blink. He's going to keep things going, and now he's kind of battled back to even par, and an opportunity for him here to kind of keep things going now and try to get something possibly under par by the end of the round with a big mistake that happened at one of the worst places to do it. 2 big mistakes, really, at 6.
Well, that's exactly right, and I knew he would bounce back and just remain calm and just keep going. He knows he's playing good golf, and that's exactly what he's done.
Well, John, Justin Thomas, as Will just mentioned, a lot of trouble, tree trouble. Right behind him, what do you think he's looking to do here at the 10th?
Well, I think that this is really Will was great in saying it really determines what he wants to do with this golf club. If he wants this club serviceable, he's going to play conservative. If not, we may see him be aggressive.
Not very often you see him be conservative, though, Will.
No, and he's rehearsing some shots that he knows as if he's going to make contact with this tree. He wants to play a little low chaser, come underneath the tree, another 40 yards in front of him, try and get it as far down the fairway. His mom and dad, who walk every single round with him, are about 100 yards up, and I've watched them talk back and forth. They're worried about the recoil of this. Boy, he made good contact, got it over, chasing up towards the green. This is going to get all the way into the right greenside bunker. And I believe he was able to recoil it enough to save most of the damage. He's looking at the club now to see if it bent the shaft. He did make contact with the tree on the follow-through, but he was able to generate enough speed and then really stop the follow-through to the point that he didn't do too much damage to himself and the golf club. And that is 25-year-old at its best right there. Fearless and a body that is willing to take the blow that could have perhaps happened there. Justin Thomas got it all the way up greenside, short and right.
Club took a lot of damage, and what you have to be careful, though, obviously, there is hands and everything, too, and it looks like everything is unscathed except for maybe the club. He was given a look at it, but that ball appeared to head up into a greenside bunker short and right of the green.
Yeah, it was hard to really tell what damage the club did have there after that shot, but that's where power is your friend there. He was able to generate so much speed coming into the ball that even though the follow-through was limited by the tree there, he had gotten enough on it to get it in that greenside bunker, and now an opportunity to save a par.
Up ahead, part of the U.S. Open and Open Championship coverage on ESPN Radio for many years, Doug Bell.
Cameron Smith, center of the fairway here at the par 5 third, has 257 to the hole, which is cut in the back right-hand corner. It'll be 230 front and then plus 27. Anything in the middle of the green would be a great shot. Very firm green. Cam sends that into that gorgeous blue sky and leaning now over to the right, hoping that thing will come back, and it doesn't. It one hops in the bunker over on the right side of this green. That's the short side. He'll have to get up and down to get to 4 under, Cameron Smith.
And Justin Thomas, the defending champ, has to get up and down to stay within 2 of 10 in 60 seconds.
If you missed the latest tournament broadcast on PGA Tour Radio, you're in luck.
Has a chance. It goes down. Oh!
How about that?
PGA Tour Replay, the post-round show with exclusive highlights and interviews from the coverage, is available free at pgatour.com/podcasts.
Double fist pump. A bomb at 18.
You can listen or download the podcasts there, or access them via iTunes, TuneIn, Stitcher, Google Play, and Amazon Alexa. Just visit pgatour.com/podcasts.
Introducing the new Titleist Pro V1 and Pro V1X with more speed.
You like speed? I like speed.
Who doesn't want more speed?
More precision.
I'll take more of that. Bring it.
More consistency.
Now I like that.
Yes, please.
More proof.
Wow.
Is that enough proof for you? Sign me up.
Prove how good you can be. All new Pro V1 and Pro V1X. Titleist, the #1 ball in golf.
Now go prove it for yourself.
At the 10th, Justin Thomas, talk of this hole after incredible escape from jail. Just brought in a rules official to examine his damaged club. Jimmy Johnson, his caddy, talking to me on the way up to the green, said I wasn't going to stand anywhere near that shot. He got the heck out of Dodge, didn't know what was going to happen, if the club head was going to fly off or whatever. But Thomas got the ball all the way into the right green side bunker. Back left hole location, 82 feet away for JT to explode out off of an upslope. Bogey free and in a good position to stay that way. Big, soft, high bunker shot out to the left-hand side, down a little ridge, now cuts underneath the cup. 6.5, 7 feet away for Justin Thomas to escape here at the 10th and stay 4 under.
What an escape it would be here on the very difficult par 4 10th and driving it really in jail, but his strength, again, gets him out of trouble, and then his great short game here could possibly bail him out.
Yeah, taking the aggressive approach. I mean, that's what he usually does. There's no back off in Justin Thomas, and he's made a bunch of putts today. Got a great chance to salvage a par to stay 4 under in a moment. Doug Bell.
Earl out here at the par 5 third. Cameron Smith, line 2 in that right green side bunker here. It's about 22 feet away, ball in an upslope, good lie. Very good bunker player, as are most Aussie golfers. This is set up for a potential eagle. There's a splash out up at the hole and hops past the hole, and he leaves himself about 5 feet. So some work to be done for Cam Smith, but if that goes down, he is 4 under par.
The young Aussie playing some great golf today so far at 4 under, matching what Justin Thomas, defending champ, has done, and Cameron Smith, #2 in President's Cup standings right now, just behind another Aussie, Mark Leishman, and their captain for the international team coming up in December at Royal Melbourne. Ernie Els is off to a good start, so he's getting to watch a lot of these guys perform this week. Els himself, a local guy, and one of those tied for second after his opening round, Will.
21 feet for Ricky Fowler for birdie here at the 10th. Walks back in to put a mark back on it and readjust the line. This is a putt that should set up just favorably to his eye. A little swinger from right to left. Speed at the beginning and then back uphill at the hole to slow things down. But he's playing about 2 feet worth of break. Fowler pulls the trigger down the slope, gathering a lot of speed, but it starts to dive hard to the left-hand side and misses. And Ricky will stay at even par. Update on the Justin Thomas saga here. The shaft of his club that he used, I believe it looked like a 7-iron back then. I'll have to confirm with Jimmy Johnson, his caddy. It looks like the shaft actually stayed intact, but it actually bent the head of the golf club. And the rules of golf, and what he was told, is that he cannot replace that club that has been damaged through the course of play here today in this round. But he can keep the club in his bag and do anything he can physically do to it now to try and get it back as close as possible to being able to play with it. And once the second round begins tomorrow, he's going to have a conforming club back in the bag. So I'll determine exactly which club that is and if it's going to come into play the final 10 holes of this first round for Justin Thomas. But he may have a golf club that's a little bit wonkier than others in the bag that he's going to have to get all the way to the finish line here today.
Well, and I think that's going to be the determining factor there, is how many more times will he need to use whatever club that is that has been damaged. And Justin Thomas, even though he's very powerful, plays the game with some pretty good feel as well. So won't be surprised to see him take a little off some clubs or maybe try to hit something a little harder to compensate for that damaged club.
To Doug Bell again.
Here at number 3, the par 5, Cam Smith, 5 feet for birdie. Talked to him a few weeks ago about being on that President's Cup team, and he said, oh yeah, I definitely want to be on the team. But he goes, I want to be on the winning team. He goes, that's what's really important. These guys are taking the President's Cup very seriously, especially the Aussies and the South Africans and the Koreans. From 5 feet, the birdie putt on the way into the center. It goes for Cameron Smith. He waves at the gallery, and he is 4 under par.
And joins Justin Thomas there with the hottest round really this afternoon and 2 shots behind the lead.
Back to Will Haskett.
And a wow out of the mouth of Justin Thomas, who cannot avoid his first bogey of the day here at 10 as the putt broke across the front of the hole here at the 10th to the right-hand side. Taps in for his bogey. The errant tee shot does end up not only costing Justin Thomas a stroke, but maybe even a club in the bag. He falls back to 3 under par as we head to 11.
So Cameron Smith, who's through 12 now, front 9, he's got the lowest round of the afternoon, going 4 under par, 1 of 4 tied for second at -4, and Justin Thomas slips into a large group at 3 under par. First drop shot of the week, Dennis.
Martin Keimer misses the fairway here in the first cut at number 11. 162 yards, and this is out to the right. Looks like it's carrying far enough. No. That ball does not carry up on top. Not sure if it's down in the hazard. Have to check on that, but he has missed the green to the right. There's a lot of water over there. So Martin Keimer, 2 under par in his round, could be in more than a spot of bother here at number 11.
Well, and Earl, there's one of the holes you were talking about earlier on this back 9. 11, 15, and 17 are the holes you got to watch where guys can make some big numbers, and Martin Keimer looks like he's going to be doing that.
Yeah, that is short and wet in the penalty area, in the hazard, the water. So big mistake, and really the first one today for Keimer, who's not going to be bogey-free for very long, Dennis.
Sergio Garcia, another perfect tee ball, hammered a 3-wood off the tee, inside 150 yards. This is an attacking swing for him. This front hole location right over the top of the water needs to get up a little and left, and looks good and grabs the hole high. A beautiful shot for Sergio Garcia. He's not making any birdies, but he keeps hitting it closer. He's got a great opportunity here at 11 from inside 8 feet. He's currently even par.
Yeah, just keeps giving himself opportunities. Has been unable to convert them so far. 10 straight pars to open, but he's got his eyes set on his first birdie here at the 11th.
Yeah, and alongside now, Keimer in some trouble. That 2 under par round for him, a very solid start, but second shot in the water. And again, 11 early in the back 9 is a trouble spot. Keimer's found that out firsthand, and then the bear trap awaits 15, 16, and 17, and in particular 15 and 17 there. The par 3s are big potential trouble spots, but it's also a stretch, at least today. Those holes are yielding birdies as well. 16 today at the 15th, 22 birdies at 16, 17 birdies at the 17th, the other par 3. The issues there are the bogeys and the doubles and the others. 10 doubles already today at 15, 5 doubles today at 17. So you can make a birdie, you can drop 2. I mean, it's got that kind of stretch of golf, which makes it, come Sunday, an exciting finish. And then you got the par 5 as well to wrap up at 18.
Absolutely. And, 17 today and this year, they've shortened the 17th a little bit. It's not playing quite the length that it has in years prior. So it's only 175 yards today. And with the lack of wind and the conditions we've had, I think that's really why 17 isn't quite as difficult as we've seen in prior seasons. But still, you have to stand on that tee. Any miss to the right is going to be wet, and you're going to be staring at a double bogey in a hurry.
You're listening to exclusive coverage of the Honda Classic, part of the season-long points race for the FedEx Cup. And as we do at the top and bottom of every hour in our live play-by-play coverage, time now for a leaderboard update from the champion course at PGA National Resort and Spa in Palm Beach Gardens, Florida.
With all the trouble that lurks at PGA National, even more impressive for Jonathan Vegas's opening round today. Bogey-free, 6 under 64 for the day 1 lead.
18 feet to get to 6 under. The stroke sends it down the line, rolling up to the hole and into the bottom for Johnny Vegas, who casually waves to the crowd. Big smile on his face. 6 under par for Jonathan Vegas.
And a 2-shot lead over 4 players. 1 on the course, Cameron Smith, best round so far in the afternoon, 4 under after 12. He'll finish on the front 9. Ernie Els, former champ winner in 2008. Zach Johnson, Ben Silverman are in at 4 under. All 3 of them shot 66 earlier today. So 4 golfers, 2 shots back. And then 3 under par, reigning PGA Tour Player of the Year, Brooks Koepka. opens with a 67. So do Charles Schwartzel, Bud Cauley, Otterbon Lahiri, Hank Leviota, and Adam Schenk. On the course this afternoon, 3 under, Justin Thomas after his first bogey, the defending champ, -3 through 10. Roberto Castro, 3 under through 14. Lucas Glover played the back 9 first. 3 under at the turn for Glover heading to the front 9. So a large group tied for 6 there, -3 and 3 back.
Jim Furyk, 1 under par, 69, tied for 27th. Billy Horschel, 1 under par through 10 holes. Billy Horschel also tied for 27th. Ricky Fowler, even par through 10 so far for Ricky, tied for 53rd. And Adam Scott, his 2016 Honda Classic champion, 2 over par, 72 in his opening round. Adam tied for 102nd. Doug?
The season-long competition for the Charles Schwab Cup resumes tomorrow as the 40th season on PGA Tour champions tees it up at the 5th annual Cologuard Classic from Omni Tucson National in Tucson, Arizona. All 4 of the tournament's past champions are in the field, and 3 of them, Cologuard ambassador Tom Lehman, Marco Dawson, and Woody Austin, are currently in the top 10, while defending champion Steve Stricker is 31st in the standings.
The champion course at PGA National for round 1 of the Honda Classic at the entrance just off PGA Boulevard. The headquarters for Professional Golfers Association of America is located. The PGA, the world's largest sports organization, comprised of nearly 30,000 men and women golf professionals. And as you come into the first event of the Florida Swing this week, the Honda Classic, you see it there, the headquarters for the PGA of America.
Yeah, it's a great site. It's just a great place to be. Always love coming to the PGA National Resort and Club for the Honda Classic, and just you're going to get a challenging golf course. You know the weather's going to be it's going to be great, and it's just nice to make that transition off the West Coast swing over here to the East Coast and to the Florida swing, and get some good golf underway.
And a beautiful day greeting these players. Huge galleries for day 1 as well. And Jonathan Vegas's day ended with a 6 under 64 for the lead by 2. Dennis Paulson.
Tell you what, right now, Martin Keimer would love to get it somewhere near just a par here and stay 2 under par. His ball, we found, it's inside the penalty area, and he's just played it out. I'll explain later, but that's really well done. From 55 feet away, chopped it out, got on the green, and chased down the hill. Be about 10 feet left for his par, but what actually happened, he saw that the ball did not splash in the water, but he couldn't see where it was. It actually was inside the penalty area, but it was in the grass, not even down in the lower area. The big problem was there was a wire in there, and he was afraid to move it. He brought an official in to make sure where to move it and what direction he could move it, if he could move it anywhere he wanted to, and he did. So a par left for Martin Keimer here. He's 2 under par, but in a bit of bother at 11.
Well, lucky to find it there and able to play it onto the green, so Keimer at least gives himself a chance to keep things going here. 2 under round, one of the better ones today, and bogey-free. To keep it that way, though, he's going to have to make about a 12-footer there at the 11th to escape with a par 4.
Well, he's going to have to do that, but he's counting his blessings if the ball just stayed up. I mean, that's a steep bank that he missed to the right over there. Very fortunate that ball did not go down all the way into the water and force himself to drop it back across the water. So Martin Keimer, a bit of a break there, but still has a challenge and opportunity for par, but it is a putt for par coming up.
A lot of players at 2 under, where Keimer is right now tied for 16th. 11 of those players, most of them right now on the course in the afternoon, and Keimer's got a big putt to keep it there, Doug Bell.
Cameron Smith put his drive here at number 4 in the right-hand rough, used an iron off the tee. That's never a good thing. And this is a tough hole location, tucked right over that bunker from 180 yards. Throws it to the middle of the green, a big hop. Again, these are brand new putting surfaces. They're firm, they're fast, they get baked out in the sun. That rolls off the back of the green, through the shave down area, into the primary rough, but actually sitting up okay. But that'll be a difficult up and down off the back of the green for Cam Smith to stay at 4 under.
Yeah, that is going to be a tough up and down, similar to the area that Billy Horschel was in earlier in his round. He was unable to get that up and in. So Cameron Smith going along nicely at 4 under par, but he's got his work cut out to stay there.
Yeah, trying to keep his round going as well. You're right. Horschel was a little deeper, more in the primary rough. Smith may have hung in in that fringe cut, which could help things out. But that's a challenge, no doubt, for him, missing the green long. Dennis?
Out at 11 here, we got Martin Keimer with, as you mentioned, Earl, about 12 feet back down the hill. Webb Simpson fans, he just used his putter 3 more times here from the back of the green, so he's back to 2 over par. Keimer's putt on the way, looking good, tracking. He did a hesitation step because it broke sharply to the right, but caught the right edge and goes down. What an up and down save. Couldn't hardly find the golf ball with 8 of us looking for it, and he gets it up and down out of the penalty area and saves his par. Keimer 2 under par. Sergio waiting a long time for this birdie putt. He wants one to go. Shadow right on top of the golf ball. This just 6 feet. What a great shot he hit in here. Hammered a 3-wood off the tee to give him 150 yards in here. Not much in this putt. Solid stroke, and it misses left. He gave up on it immediately, like it hopped maybe, but you're allowed to clean everything up around your line, so I'm not sure what happened there. Maybe it wasn't a solid strike. It bobbled a little bit, and that's another miss. Garcia, even par, headed to 12.
It's just one of those days that Sergio Garcia just cannot seem to make or get a putt to go in. I mean, he just gives himself putt after putt and is just unable to convert. So the frustration obviously is building for Sergio Garcia to get that first birdie.
And the opposite for Keimer, who's 4th in strokes gained putting for the day now. Huge par save to keep him 2 under, Will.
Ricky Fowler plays into the par 4 11th. And with that hole cut over there, you've heard Dennis Paulson describing it the last few moments. Don't want to miss right. Ricky certainly did not do that. Tugged it a little bit down the left-hand side. He's going to have a cross-country putt outside 30 feet, downhill cutting for Ricky Fowler here at the par 4 11th.
Yeah, Fowler was off to such a nice start today alongside Justin Thomas, and then ran into that big trouble midway through the opening 9, was 2 under until he made a triple at the 6th hole. 2 shots in the water left there. Rebounded with birdie at 9 to get it back to even, and that's where he stands now early on this second 9 on a Thursday.
Yeah, but still just, hanging in there. I mean, with a triple bogey on your card and to be sitting at even par on this type of golf course, I mean, that's still, as you said, was off to that great start, but still pretty good stuff there for Ricky Fowler to keep everything about himself and maintain the round.
Yeah, Justin Thomas straightening things out. Good drive for him. Back out to the 11th now. And Will?
Hey, Earl, how many times is even par on the PGA Tour not good enough? Does he listen in to the conversation between JT and Jimmy Johnson?
I think you got to go in that direction. Well, if the wind stays like this, yeah. There is no wind. There's 0 wind right now.
They are all sorts of confused over a shot where there is not a breath of breeze right now. I know they may be feeling something back there, but there is not enough out here right now to disrupt a golf ball. Justin Thomas is really contemplating a shot from 159 yards down the left-hand side of the fairway here at the 11th. Hole technically 12 paces on, but the way that this green angles, it's really only about 10 paces over the front edge of the water. JT now ready off his first bogey of the day. Stares down the line one more time. Now set to fire. This is out to the right, trying to draw over. It is starting to draw. This looks really good. Needs a hop forward. Oh, it did. Hopped really strong after landing just hole high right and skips behind it to about 12, 14 feet. Well, no wind to disrupt that golf ball. It was almost a perfect shot by Justin Thomas. Pitch mark's about 3 feet from the cup. Birdie putt will be about 13 feet to get back to 4 under.
Yeah, not really sure what the bother was there in the fairway. Maybe just still kind of shaking off everything back from the last hole and making sure he was clear and focused, ready to go. But nice shot there at the 11th for Justin Thomas, looking to get back at 4 under par.
Yeah, for JT, it was worth the wait. Back to Doug Bell.
Cameron Smith off the back of the green here at number 4 with his second shot. He's about 40 feet away, but this is a funny angle. He's coming at this unusually shaped green. Brings it in low, hops onto the dance floor now, rolls out of that swale and comes up short. That's a familiar location, so he'll be challenged now about 7 feet for his par save to stay at 4 under. All in all, not a bad third shot. The putter is going to have to be the great equalizer.
Teeing off of the back 9, he got the bear trap out of the way early. 1 under through that stretch, and right now 4 under for Cameron Smith. One One of the best rounds of the day and 2 behind the leader, Jonathan Vegas, as PGA Tour radio coverage of the season-long points race for the FedEx Cup will continue. It's the opening round of the Honda Classic.
Hi, Grandpa. I'm reading a great book about astronaut Abby. Have you read it?
No, the print is just too small.
NLS is a free library service from the Library of Congress for people who have difficulty reading print.
Hi, sweetie. There's no place like space. I listened to your book thanks to NLS.
Call 800-300-6000 today.
Get your game in shape for golf season with the Power Package, the trainer that puts your swing on plane, delivering the club face square at impact for consistently solid shots. Simply attach the Power Package near the base of your grip. It teaches you by feel the proper positions for a great golf swing. And now the #1 swing trainer in the game has become the hottest training aid on tour. Several top 10 players are working and winning with the Power Package. Now introducing Power Package Junior. Perfect for the junior golfer in your life. Ask 11-time tour winner Tom Pernice.
You know, to the parents out there that have junior players, this is the best training aid to create great sound fundamentals at a very early age.
I've been hitting it a lot farther and straighter, definitely more accurate every time.
The Power Package now for adults and juniors. Go to powerpackagegolf.com right now for 10% off with promo code RADIO. That's powerpackagegolf.com.
Escape the cold and gray to a golf utopia where sunny skies and lush fairways await your spring getaway. At playgolfmyrtlebeach.com, you'll find everything you need to plan your spring vacation to the golf capital of the world. With more than 80 award-winning courses primed and ready for your arrival. Visit playgolfmyrtlebeach.com and let's get started. playgolfmyrtlebeach.com.
Florida Swing underway this week. Palm Beach Gardens, Florida, the champion course, PGA National. It's round 1 of the Honda Classic. Earl Forsey alongside PGA Tour veteran, member of the tour since 2002. John Rollins, our feature coverage on the back 9. Ricky Fowler putting a long one for birdie, Will Haskett.
He's 33 feet away, Earl. Quick putt down the slope, a lot of cut from left to right. It's got a lot of pace on it now as it comes over a ridge, starts to dive back right. Man, that broke sharply right across the front of the cup. Missing on the low side, but missing in the correct place. Just 3 feet back up the slope for Ricky Fowler to stay even par.
Yeah, tough putt there for Ricky coming off of that slope there. That ball, as you heard Will say, that ball dove quickly to his right, but well judged on the speed and should be a tap-in par.
It is an even par, a PGA National even par round. 3 birdies and a triple is what adds up for Ricky Fowler to even so far.
Yeah, that's that triple back there at 6. It was just the compounding of mistakes, but that's what this golf course does. And as you say, he was in control, 2 under par to that point, and bang, he registers a 7 on the par 4 6th. Then just battled back nicely, though, even par for his round, and still not hurting himself.
And right back down there, coverage of the Masters players and the PGA Championship in recent years, Will Haskett.
Where Justin Thomas finally has his ball aligned properly here on the surface. Putt that should go from his right to left from behind the cup down the slope, although saw a couple of putts in the group behind when I hustled up here that actually went back towards the middle of the green, which really shocked a lot of the players and the caddies. We'll see if Justin can find the right line on these new greens. Putting through his shadow down the slope, 11 feet for Justin Thomas. Down the slope he sends it, outside right, trying to hook it back left, didn't hit it hard enough. We won't have the answer because it didn't have the speed. Tap in par for Justin Thomas, and he stays 3 under.
Yeah, and for Justin Thomas, straightening things out a little bit, a par to bounce back there from the drop shot to start the back 9, and some club damage after making an aggressive swing from behind a tree, and still a good start to the week for the defending champ at 3 under early in the back 9.
Yeah, it is a good start, and as you say, that club damage back there on the up against the tree back on the 10th, we're just not really sure which club it was and what impact that's going to have for him finishing the round, but still going along nicely, 3 under par, only 3 shots behind the lead.
Get back down to longtime studio host for Big 12 basketball coverage on ESPN, Doug Bell.
Cameron Smith trying to salvage a par here at the par 4 fourth. 10 feet to pay dirt, putting through his shadow. Feet very close together. Left hand low. Locks on the target. As soon as the head moves back, he pulls the trigger. On the way it comes at the hole. Missed right. Thought that head make a little turn from right to left. Did not. So really a wayward tee shot in the rough really set up the bogey for Cameron Smith, his second of the day, and he's back to 3 under par.
Yeah, really the exact bogey we had Billy Horschel make there earlier. Hit it in the right rough, unable to control the ball over the green, couldn't get it up and down. So just a disappointing bogey there for Cameron Smith at the short par 4 fourth to drop a shot and fall to 3 under par.
Back 9 now in the bear trap. Dennis Paulson to you.
Roberto Castro, 3 under par in his round here at the 16th. Drove in the left bunker. Lie is okay. 135 out of that fairway bunker to this front left hole location. That comes up short. Does take a big hop forward, and that's going to be 45 feet or so from the hole. Actually a pretty good spot to get it up and down if you're going to miss the green. Got to pop it on the green. You'll have about 25 feet of green to work with. It will move right to left. Roberto Castro, 3 under here at 16.
And Cameron Smith, who like Justin Thomas had it to 4 under, like Justin Thomas has dropped one now back to -3, Doug Bell.
Earl looking for a bounce back at a tough par 3, downhill, 194 yards. Hole cut 15 paces on and 4 from that left edge. There is water over on the front of the green and around the left side. Cameron sends that, and that's got to go. That has got to go. That does carry the water short of the green, and now with a big hop, just barely gets in the front right portion of the putting surface. It'll be a long one. 45 feet or so for Cameron Smith, looking for that bounce back. Might not happen here, but we'll see if something spectacular can happen here at 5.
Not the contact that Cameron Smith was looking for, but safely on the putting surface here at the 5th. And honestly, you just want the ball on the green somewhere, make your 3, and then move over to the most difficult hole on the golf course, the par 4 6th.
Looking at scoring in relation to par, that stretch, the other tough 3-hole stretch, 5, 6, 7, where Cameron Smith is, it's playing tougher than 15, 16, and 17 are right now. So that finishing on the front 9, you think maybe you start in the back 9, you get the bear trap out of the way. Well, you've got the other one that gets you, looks like, coming in on the front 9 today with 5, 6, and 7 playing difficult. And again, that's a stretch like the bear trap, 2 par 3 sandwiched around what today is a tough par 4. It always is at number 6, Dennis.
ShotLink has this chip shot at 38 feet. Roberto Castro is the one playing it. He's electing to use putter. 13 or 14 feet of fairway cut before it gets on the green. It will move pretty significantly from right to left. Comes out of the fairway cut nicely. It's going to miss to the left, asking for it to slow down, and that's good. Inside 2 feet for Roberto Castro. He'll stay 3 under, headed to the 17th.
And Jonathan Vegas has been firmly in the lead all day with a 6 under 64 bogey-free round to start. Still in front by 2. Vegas at 6 under as you're listening to coverage of the Honda Classic PGA National in Palm Beach Gardens, Florida on PGA Tour Radio.
Synovus is the bank of here. Here is where roots run deep and familiar faces welcome you home. Here's a place that keeps getting better with time because every generation leaves it better than the way they found it. And here's where our bankers are helping turn ideas into business realities because they understand what it means to be from here. It's where we smile when we see our customers and where they smile back. Synovus, the bank of here. Synovus, member FDIC, equal housing lender.
Imperial Headwear, the best fit in golf since 1916 and a proud partner of PGA Tour Radio, allows you to design your own hats and visors online at imperialsports.com. You can choose your style and color from hundreds of hats and even add your name on the back. Design your own hats at imperialsports.com.